Okay, this yin practice is on the theme of loving kindness. So we're going to focusing on opening up the chest and heart space and the shoulder area. You'll need a block. If you don't have a block, if you can use something, I don't know, a few cushions or perhaps a book and then a cushion on the top, just so that you can get lifted. We're going to place it long ways like this down the middle of the mat. And we begin with our supported fish pose. So coming to lie down on your prop, you want to have it somewhere that it is comfortable for you, roughly in between the shoulder blades, so that the chest is lifted and the arms are relaxed by your sides. And you already start to feel this openness in the chest, around the ribs. And allow your shoulders and arms to fall heavy. Now you can leave the legs long, or if you want to add in a little bit of hip opening, you can bring the soles of the feet together so the knees bend out to the side. I'll leave that for you to decide. But you want your head to be on the floor. If you want to go a little deeper into this chest opener, you can lift the block up onto another height. If you've got a softer block, it'll feel a bit more comfortable. If not, you can always just place a blanket over the top. Allow the palms to face upwards, drawing your awareness inside. And become the observer. Observing any thoughts that may arise. Observing any sensations. Not holding on to one more than the other. Just allowing them to surface. And then let them go as quickly as they arrived. Practicing stillness in our yin practice is very similar to practicing meditation. No distractions, little to no movement of the body. That can sometimes prove quite difficult. But if you tune inwards, there are so many other distractions that we need to observe and let go. We spend so many of our days hunched over on our phones, hunched over at the desk, cooking, anything else. How often do we spend attention opening our chest and bending our spine in the opposite direction? Opening our chest can reduce the feelings of stress, tension, and anxiety. We tend to round our spine and hunch over to almost protect ourselves. But it also Doesn't it allow you to breathe properly? Have you ever tried to take a deep breath in when you're curled into a little ball? It doesn't feel nice. So with this practice, we're focusing on opening this area. It all comes down to the breath at the end of the day. If we're breathing properly, the nervous system is calm, the body is calm, and the mind is calm. Stress is caused by external influences. And if we can reduce those external influences or reduce our attention on them, we can feel a lot less stressed internally. And with that, I invite you to take a deep breath in. Let it go through the mouth. Start to roll over onto one side and remove the prop from underneath you. And just feel your spine, back of the shoulders, back of the ribs, just melt back down into the floor. So allow the front of the ribs to settle into this new space that was created. Okay, in your own time, just rolling over onto one side and lifting yourself all the way up. We're going to meet over in a melting heart position. So just making your way over onto your hands and knees. So melting heart is essentially puppy pose. So you want to keep your hips roughly stacked on top of your knees. Knees are hip distance apart. And then we start to walk the hands forwards, lowering the chest down towards the mat. The forearms can then come down to the ground and support you here. Try to keep the arms as lengthened as possible and try not to sink the bum towards the heels or dip the hips down towards the floor. Try to keep that stacked on top awareness. And if the forehead doesn't reach the mat, you can bring it onto a block or a cushion. If the forehead is on the floor and you don't really feel much sensations around the chest and the upper back, then perhaps you can start to look towards the hands and bring the chin down towards the floor. You want to keep the arms roughly active. You don't want them to fully fall asleep. And we'll be here for just 2 more minutes, melting the heart space towards the ground. And you're feeling this length along both arms, to the armpits, to the waist, to the ribs, and also in between the shoulder blades, the upper back. Inviting any other sensations into this position, this shape. And again, become the observer of any thoughts, of any sensations. Begin to take a deeper breath in, deep breath out. And then start to make your way out of your position, meeting in your tabletop. And just pause it here. Find neutral in the spine. And then begin to press the bum back towards the heels. Take a child's pose and reach the hands towards the feet, relaxing your shoulders on top of the knees. Just allow the sensations from around the shoulders and the upper spine to return to a more neutral state before we come into our broken branches position. Okay, when you're ready, just lifting yourself up. Now, you may or may not need a block for this position, but I'm going to prep myself with a block, so you can start prepping with a block if you need. So coming to lay down on your front. Crossing, just remove the mic. You're going to cross your right arm over the left arm and then reach the hands as far away from one another as you can. Start the timer. So you're reaching the arms as far away from one another as you can, and then if it's available, dropping the head down, either in contact with a block or maybe it comes straight down. Changing the height of the block if you need. Allow the palms to face down if that's comfortable. And this is a big stretch around the back of the shoulders. Again, if you feel any pain, sharp pain, then ease out. If it's just discomfort, then breathe here. Notice if any arm muscles are getting involved that don't need to be. And can you let it go? If the head is in contact with something, can you let the weight of the head be fully relaxed? Okay, then slowly start to lift yourself up and out. Just coming to meet on the forearms. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And then we go to the other side. So when you're ready, opposite arm on the top. One side will maybe feel a little bit weirder than the other. That's perfectly normal. And again, allow the palms to face down if possible. Allow the head to come into contact with something if possible. And just acknowledging any differences in this position. Might give you little clues, little insights into where there's tightness in the body. Allow the legs to soften, allow the glutes to soften, allow the arms to be heavy and fully relaxed all the way down to the fingertips. Okay, then slowly start to release out of that, coming back up onto your forearms. Moving the block to one side. So coming into our Sphinx pose. So elbows are under the shoulders, palms are elbow width apart. And we'll be here for 3 minutes. So you can either stay like so, or if you want a little more from the spine, you can lift the elbows up. Now you don't have to do it straight away. You can stay down in your Sphinx pose for the duration. Or as and when you feel ready, you can start to lift the elbows and forearms. You're trying to carry this natural length up through the crown of the head from the spine. You want to keep your pelvis and pubic bone down on the mat. If you come up into your seal and that starts to lift, then you're just coming in a little too far for the body today. Allow the legs and feet to be at a distance apart that works best for you, that finds a little bit of ease in the position. And allow the shoulders to soften away from the ears. And imagine that you're driving your heart space forwards and up towards the sky. That's the way that you want the energy to go in this position. And keep coming back to the sensations of your breath, nourishing yourself with love and kindness on the inhale, and on the exhale, releasing what no longer serves you, releasing what we no longer need to hold on to, and releasing any non-loving and unkind thoughts, words, or actions. Just be aware if there is tension in the face, or if tension is building in the shoulders. Can you let it go? And actively practicing loving kindness to your body. If you're in your seal pose and it doesn't feel nice, don't hold it there. Don't let the ego get involved. Release whenever you need. Just a few more moments here, wherever you are. And then slowly start to release the elbows and forearms. Make a pillow with the hands for the forehead and let the whole body come and rest down to the floor. As you exhale, just enjoying that release Letting any tension, muscle engagement soften. Okay, and let's start to make our way up onto our hands and knees. And just pausing in your tabletop, you may want to take a little cat-cows or a little stretch or anything, a bit of movement or stillness. For our next position, we're coming into shoelace with arms. Now, if shoelace doesn't feel nice, you can either do half shoelace that I will demo in a moment, or you can just come and sit down with cross-legged. So if you're coming into shoelace, you want to cross, a little bit like we did with the arms. You want to bring your right leg over the left leg and then bring the knees down. Separate the feet so they go out to the edges. Right leg is on top. And then come and sit back down on the bum. Okay, so look a little like this from the front. If this is impossible, then you can release the bottom leg, which is the left leg, and have the right leg on the top. You can start to bring that right heel in towards the hip, or easy cross. Okay, we'll come back into the shoelace. So right leg on top if you are doing shoelace. And then we do the same. Right arm over the top of the left, bend at the elbows, reach towards the palms or wherever you can. And we just pause it here. We're here for 2 minutes each side, finding length through the spine, and allow the shoulders to relax down to the ears, pulling the elbows in and down. Connecting to your breath. Try to soften the muscles around the hips in whichever position you're in. Keep grounding the sit bones down towards the floor. Feeling that connection between your body and the earth. Feeling your pelvis, the root of your spine, ground down into the floor. To help lengthen your spine, to flourish, to expand, to connect with your higher self. And then gently release the arms. If you are in this double shoelace, we've got a little trick. You're going to twist round to the left side, bring the feet down, twist, 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 all the way back round to the front. And now your left leg is on the top and the right leg is underneath. If not, come into that position however you did on the other side. Left leg on the top, maybe right leg is out long, or you're staying in an easy cross position. Same with the arms. Left arm goes over the top, bend at the elbows, reach to the palms, and then draw the shoulders down. Pause in this stillness, grounding, lengthening, flourishing, connecting. Loving kindness, joy, compassion, and equanimity. Again, connecting with that breath, breathing into the back of the ribs. And the face is soft and relaxed. And then slowly start to release. Uncross your legs, bring them out in front of you. Just give them a little wriggle, let them go. And then we're finishing off our practice in a seated position. So if you need to sit on a block or a cushion, please do so. And then coming to close down your eyes. Flip the palms upwards, thumb and first finger together. Other three fingers are just lengthening away. And listen for the beat of your heart. Have an empathic awareness. Allow a slow, gentle rhythm to arise of its own accord. And feel the cave of the heart, the spiritual heart. Notice shelter around the heart, the ribs, like palace walls protecting. How does it feel here? Is it full, heavy, spacious, or weighted? Guarded or open? Feel any holding patterns of isolation, grief, or anxiety lift. Within you is the capacity to love that which transcends separation. And with love, offer these lines to yourself. May I be safe. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I live a life of ease. May I be safe. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I live a life of ease. One more time. May I be safe. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I live a life of ease. Bring both hands together in front of the chest. Namaste.